In this section, we will set up our Kali Linux environment on the virtual machine properly. But before we get started, we want to know what is Kali Linux and who uses this distribution. So Kali Linux is a Debian-based Linux distribution aimed at advanced penetration testing and security auditing. And also Kali contains a large number of useful hacking utilities to make penetration testing much easier. And Kali can be run as a live CD or installed onto hardware or run as a virtual machine. Now we can go ahead and download Kali Linux. So we have two files of Kali Linux. We have virtual machine image and we have ISO image. We will make separated videos about VMware image. So we will make one video for installing Kali Linux using ISO image and installing Kali Linux using VMware image. But right now in this video we will download Kali Linux ISO image. And also we need a virtual box that will allow to us to create our virtual Kali Linux into it. So just go and type VirtualBox on Google. Just Google it and download it from Google from virtualbox.org, and you will see all the links in the description. Then what you are going to do is run the VirtualBox. I have one. I will delete it and set it up again. Okay, so press on new. Then here write the name of the distribution. I will type Kali Linux and I will choose the type Linux and the version 64-bit. Then next, here you will choose the memory size. In my opinion, if you have 4 gigs of RAM, choose 1 gig for Kali Linux, but if you have 8 gigs, you can choose 2 gigs because this will make it better. Okay, create as virtual disk image. Okay, next, here you will choose the hard disk drive of Kali Linux. In my opinion, just put it 20 gigs is enough. Then start it. Okay, now choose the file. Here is it, Kali Linux, start. Okay, here as you can see we have live, so you can run it as a live CD, and you can install it. We have two types of installing, but it's the same. We have graphical install and install. For me, I will choose graphical install. Now you can select your language and I will leave it. Okay, continue. United States. Keyboard is American. Okay, here is the host name. Actually, you can change it or leave it, but for me, I will leave it. Okay, continue. Domain name, just leave it. Here, you need to set up root password, and this password is very important for you. But actually, the virtual password for Kali Linux is tour. The username is gonna be root, and the password is gonna be tour, T-O-O-R. Okay, but right now we will choose a password. For me, I will choose just root. Okay, as you can see here, and I will repeat the password here, root, then continue. But don't forget this password. Save it in save a place. Okay, this is the log. Okay, just leave it Eastern, it's not a problem. Or you can change it if you are in Asia, or I don't know. Partition disk, okay, use the entire disk or setup. No, okay, just use the entire disk. Okay, now continue all files in one. Okay, finishing following. Okay, yes, and continue. Now it's asking me if I want to use network mirror or not, and I will choose yes because this will keep me up to date. Now continue. Okay, here if I want to choose or use proxy, excuse me, proxy server, but I don't want to use it, just leave it like this. Okay, let's just wait. After that, it will ask me to if I want to download grab bootloader, and I will show you later. We will choose yes, and I will show you later what is bootloader. As you can see here, it's asking me to install the grab bootloader, and I will select yes, and I will show what is grab bootloader. Use this hard disk and continue. And after a short period of time it will be finished. Installation is complete. Okay, continue. Now it will boot again. Just wait. Then I will show you what is grab bootloader. Okay, so Kali Linux has been installed, and this is what I said before, grab bootloader. And as you can see, everything is done. Now we are waiting. The username and the password, we will type it, then continue, and you'll be ready to use Kali Linux. Okay, as you can see right here, okay, root and root. Okay, as you can see, everything is done, and here is Kali Linux. Okay, now everything is done. In the first video we will download Kali Linux as a virtual machine, and this is up to you. You can choose between Kali Linux ISO, or you can choose it as a virtual machine file. But in my opinion, virtual machine file is gonna be much easier than ISO file.